I slammed the front door harder than I meant to, the echo bouncing off the empty hallway like a gunshot. My hands were shaking as I stared at the phone in my palm. Her phone, left carelessly on the kitchen counter while she showered. The notification had popped up uninvited. Can't wait for tonight. Same place. Winking face, from a contact saved as yoga instructor. My heart hammered against my ribs, a cold sweat breaking out on my forehead. We'd been married 12 years, Sarah and I. Built a life, a home, 2 kids who still believed in fairy tales. But lately, something had shifted, like a crack in the foundation you don't notice until the walls start leaning. It started innocently enough, or so I told myself. A few months back, over dinner, spaghetti bolognese, her favorite, she'd looked up from her plate, eyes sparkling with that adventurous glint I fell in love with back in college. "What if we open things up?" she'd said casually, twirling her fork. "You know, explore a bit. Keep the spark alive." I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. But her face stayed serious. "I'm not unhappy, Mark. I just wonder what else is out there." My stomach twisted. I said no flat out. "That's not us," I told her. "We promised forever. Just us." She nodded, smiled, and we moved on. Or so I thought. The days blurred after that. Work kept me buried in spreadsheets, the kids in soccer practices and homework battles. Sarah seemed fine, busier with her graphic design gigs, hitting the gym more. But little things nagged at me. She'd come home flushed, her hair slightly mussed, claiming a tough Pilates class. Her phone buzzed more at odd hours, and she'd angle it away when I glanced over. Denial wrapped around me like a warm blanket. "She's just stressed," I'd whisper to myself in the mirror, ignoring the hollow ache in my chest. We still laughed over bad TV shows, still made love on lazy Sundays. It couldn't be crumbling. One evening, as rain pelted the windows, I found myself alone in our bedroom. The kids were at my sister's for a sleepover. Sarah had texted, "Running late. Client meeting dragged on. Love you." I paced, the house too quiet. Curiosity, or was it suspicion, drove me to her nightstand drawer. Inside, tangled among jewelry and receipts, was a burner phone. Cheap, prepaid. My breath caught. Why? I powered it on, fingers fumbling. Messages flooded the screen. "Last night was incredible. Miss your touch already." From Alex. Dates matched her late nights at the office. My world tilted. Heartbreak hit first, a sharp stab that stole my air. Then denial surged back. Maybe it was a friend? A prank? But deep down I knew. I confronted her that night. She walked in smelling of unfamiliar cologne. Musky, not mine. "What's this?" I held up the phone, voice steady but eyes burning. She froze in the doorway, rain dripping from her coat. "Mark, it's not what you think." Her words tumbled out, defensive at first. "You said no to opening the marriage, but I needed more. Freedom. Excitement." Anger boiled up, hot and unfiltered. "Needed more? From me? From us?" I shouted, pacing like a caged animal. She sank onto the couch, tears streaming. "I love you, but I've felt trapped. Alex. He's just fun. No strings. Just fun." The words echoed, shattering the trust we'd built brick by brick. I pictured her laughing with him, sharing secrets she once saved for me. The collapse was total, like a house of cards in a storm. Over the next weeks, the unraveling accelerated. I dug deeper, piecing together clues I'd ignored. Credit card statements showed hotel charges in the city, midday check-ins. Her yoga app had location data pinging a downtown apartment. Friends whispered they'd seen her with a guy at a bar, hands intertwined. Suspense built with every discovery, my nights sleepless, replaying our life in fast forward. How had I missed it? The late texts, the new lingerie she claimed was for us. Anger morphed into a simmering rage, but underneath lurked the raw heartbreak, A void where our future used to be. We tried therapy once. Sat in a stuffy office, her hand cold in mine. I thought it wouldn't hurt you if you didn't know, she confessed, voice breaking. The therapist nodded sympathetically, but I saw red. Hurt me. You wrecked everything. I stormed out, the session a blur of accusations and tears. Her motivations made a twisted sense. She'd always been the free spirit, chafing at routine after the kids came. I understood the itch for adventure. Hell, I'd felt it too in quieter moments. But betrayal. That was a line you didn't cross. Not if you truly loved. The kids sensed the tension, their innocent questions like knives. Why is mommy crying? I shielded them as best I could, but the facade cracked. Sarah moved out to a friend's place, insisting it was temporary. I need space to figure this out. But figuring out meant diving deeper into her affair. Alex, I learned, was a coworker. Charming, unattached, everything I wasn't after years of mortgages and minivans. She posted cryptic social media updates about new beginnings, oblivious to the storm brewing. The final revelation came via an anonymous email, screenshots from Alex's ex, spilling it all. Not just one affair. There'd been others. Flings during girls' trips, hookups from dating apps she'd sworn off. Suspicion had been my gut instinct all along, but now it was fact, irrefutable. I confronted her one last time in a coffee shop, neutral ground. How could you? My voice cracked, anger giving way to despair. She looked gaunt, eyes shadowed. I thought I could have it all. But I lost myself. Natural tears fell, but mine had dried up. The trust was ashes. In the end, she wrecked her life more than mine. The divorce papers arrived, and with them, custody battles that drained her savings. Alex ghosted her when things got real. Turns out, fun didn't include drama. Friends distanced themselves, whispers of homewrecker following her. She lost her job amid the scandal, her designs tainted by the mess. Me. I rebuilt, slowly. Therapy helped unpack the denial, the anger turning to quiet resolve. The kids thrived with routine, and I found solace in simple joys, coaching soccer, weekend hikes. As I signed the final decree, a weight lifted, but the scar remained. Sarah stood across the courtroom, a shadow of the woman I married. I'm sorry, she mouthed. I nodded, closure settling like dusk. But walking out into the sunlight, I couldn't help but reflect. Love isn't about freedom at any cost. It's about choosing each other every day. She chose otherwise, and paid the price. And me. I chose to heal, one step at a time.